Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv. This episode is sponsored by Cannabis Clothing. From our drug lord to Cannabis to our Return to the Vipers collection, all shirts are available now at AtlantisClothing.com, so head there and shop today. All right, like many people, my first experience when it comes to consuming cannabis all involved tobacco. What started off as Philly blunts elevated to Dutch Masters and so on and so forth. As time moved forward, most smokers like myself are looking for new, cleaner ways to consume. Rolling papers, bongs, glass pipes, all those things have become very popular with new smokers now. But I got a chance to speak to somebody today who's kind of on the forefront of the Clean Smoking Act, man. So I wanted to speak to him about alternatives when it comes to blunts, alternatives for consuming when it does come to blunts. And I figured a good person to speak to that would be Rue Williams. So I'm founder of 24K Wraps. Rue touts 24K as the truly natural experience. So I wanted to speak to him about that experience, as well as his first time consuming, marketing to people in this new age, and using the podcast as a form of promoting his brand. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my man, Rue Williams. Rue, how you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you for having me, man.
No, I appreciate you for following through. And, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I like being transparent with people. Yeah. This was total luck.
Yeah.
This was total luck.
Yeah.
I needed somebody to book for the show, and then you came in the studio Saturday. Bro, you was here Saturday for Big Bowls, and I was like, man, Rue will be a good guest. Rue got tired today.
For sure, man.
So that worked out perfectly, man. That's God's plan right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's God's plan. They say, is there an echo on the live stream? They say it was an echo on the live stream. We good. So anyway, man, appreciate you coming through. As you know, I want to discuss with you about 24K Wraps. I've had a chance to try them out myself. He was a sponsor of the show and Atlanta City Market, so I have a chance to try your products. And also, just like I say, the list of other things that we can go through, especially like we was just talking about American Deli and Waffle House and Atlanta's insane thing
cultures
with this nasty food, man. But let's get into the nuts and bolts of the interview, man, and that's you. So for those who aren't familiar, who is Rue Williams?
I mean, I'm originally from St. Pete, Florida.
Okay.
A lot of people ain't really heard of it, but if y'all know Ride Wave, y'all know about St. Pete. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you, I know about St. Pete strictly through rap.
Right.
Rap. There's some rapper down there, because I was in Florida about a week ago for a family reunion.
Okay.
And this rapper was on there from St. Petersburg, and he was just talking the most reckless stuff about it. He's like, it's murder capital of the world. I'm like, St. Petersburg?
Bro, you come down there, you stay for 7 days. You going to see some things.
Bro, I was scared to be in Florida, period, last week. COVID and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
Apparently, DeSantis does not care about lives.
Nah, not at all, man.
Go to school, go do whatever you need to do, but just get out of here.
Long as you making the government some money.
Yeah, basically, man. So, Rue, talk to us again about. Well, first off, let's get into your consumption. When was the first time that you consumed cannabis?
I probably say I would say my senior year of high school, around that time.
Okay, so you was one of them guys.
Yeah. I was just I was literally walking through the park one day, walking to the crib from school. So I seen a group of some of my homeboys over there. I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? You know what I'm saying? So it's a big ass circle. You know what I'm saying? I just walked over there and nigga handed me the blunt. I was like, okay. That's what's up. Kept it moving. You feel me? I ain't even think nothing of it.
Yeah.
Got to the crib, and it was hot that day, man. It was hot. By the time I got to the house, man, I was done. Because I ain't know what the heck was going on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Your first time high, I bet you it hit, especially with that heat down there, it probably hit you like a hammer.
Yeah, man. I was walking home from school, man. I know it had to been a couple miles, man. But yeah, it was definitely hot, man, for real.
That's what. And I assume your first time was most likely a blunt. Like going up in the hood, I know people who did smoke joints, but it was mostly older heads. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up smoking, at that time it was again Philly blunts. Later it was Dutch Masters. I'm sure your first time was probably a leaf, a tobacco.
It was like a leaf. I used to mess with the gains a lot. Swishers sometimes. Yeah. Then once I really started learning how to roll, because learning how to roll for me was really a process. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started going to all the different the backwood type leaves, the natural leaves, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite?
My favorite was it had to be the Natural Leaf, the game Natural Leaf.
Really?
I just liked it the way I felt. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I didn't even know that that's what really
Was making you high?
was making me high
Yeah.
was the nicotine and the chemicals and all that.
When you learn, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When
yeah,
you learn,
yeah.
when you learn. Because my thing was when I first started smoking, it was Philly blunts. Like I remember,
Mm-hmm.
and I blame rap for this. Rap is good for marketing things that they have no business marketing.
Exactly.
Because if Philly blunts was the first thing that started me off rapping,
Exactly.
it could have been any cigar. I was gonna walk in
Yeah.
the store and say, "Give me a Philly blunt," simply
Yeah.
because that was the brand at that moment.
Right.
And I remember twisting that up. And I remember when it finally did get to Dutch Masters. Because again, thank you to rap.
Right.
Jadakiss mentioned Vanilla Dutchess one time, and when I say I went on a scavenger hunt, I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina at the time.
Right.
I went on a scavenger hunt around that city to find me a pack of Vanilla Dutch Masters because I'm like,
Yeah.
these have to be. I felt, like we was talking about the nicotine.
Right.
I felt like this blunt has to be so good for them to be rapping about it. Like it
Right.
must enhance the weed
Exactly,
feel.
man.
It's not till now that I realize, like you said, you might be getting more high off the tobacco leaf than you getting high off the actual weed you smoking sometimes.
I feel like that because I honestly, man, once I started smoking my own leaf, I just really felt the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like that smoker's cough is not as present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I definitely, man, smoking them leaves. I used to smoke those all the time, but it used to kill me, man. Like I used to sit at the gas station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure I could get a good one. You know what I'm saying? Because I get home, bro, and I got to go back.
Yeah.
And that's really that hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So last year, I met you last year, and I believe you and your wife came by the show. Like I was just
Yeah.
kind of popped up on me.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
people came in with 24K shirts, and the warning: most people don't do that. Like don't just pop up on the show and just randomly just do stuff.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
Y'all pulled up on us and you introduced yourselves, like, you know what I mean, and introduced the brand and all that. And I thought it was dope. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, yeah.
My first thought was I thought it was a beanie that people were smoking. Like I don't know if
Right.
you knew what beanies are,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
growing
know.
up like around the hood, people used to smoke beanies.
Right.
So I looked at it, I was like, I smelled something. I was like, people smoking beanies? And I was like, no, it's not
Yeah.
like weed. And then it was a 24K leaf.
Right.
So talk to us about how you got introduced to 24K.
So basically, like you were saying, me and my wife, we came to the show, and we basically kind of like came. It was kind of like our medium because she used to like smoking papers.
Yeah.
And I was on the leaves. So we were just really trying to find a option that both of us like, because I didn't really like how the papers burn. They burn kind of fast. But as far as the leaf, that ain't no good.
Yeah.
And so basically, we did, after doing some research, we came across the Ebony Leaf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was used for.
Yeah.
The BD, and then we just kind of branded it, and made it our own, as far as our marketing and all that goes, and that's what we here today,
Yeah. So talk to us about the 24K wrap leaf. I know the little background about it, but there's a reason why you would prefer that over tobacco leaf. Like, what are your reasons why somebody would prefer this over tobacco leaf?
Well, for one, I honestly I prefer the taste. You can taste your tree a lot better, your flower. And as far as like it has a 2-year freshness also. So it's like,
So it was like for 2 years it won't get stale on you.
right.
Yeah.
So what it is already dried. So it's gonna be firm in texture, but its firmness is what keeps it fresh. You know what I'm saying? So you can have laying across the table, you know what I'm saying, and just come grab. That's kind of how I just keep a box really, and just go in there, grab the box, because we don't really use humidifier packs and all that. It's just really it keeps it freshness.
And that is a difference because if you leave a tobacco leaf out, that's going to crumble immediately. Like
Right.
tobacco don't travel well.
You come back, leave that fan running, it's done.
I'm from Boston, and I realized the difference between tobacco in different places. Like went to school in North Carolina, so living there, it's like everything fresh because it's damn near grown there. You know what I mean? You
Right,
feel like
right,
you get
right.
to Boston, and I bought a pack of Dutches, and I cracked that sucker open, and it just all fell apart in my hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
if it sat there too long,
Yep.
that's dunzos.
That's what happened to me. I went to I went to Cali.
Yeah.
I went to Cali, man, and my first pack of backwoods was terrible. I was like, damn, I was surprised. You know,
I felt the same way about Cali, man. I was out there, and again, the tobacco was so dirt. It was terrible. You know, the
Yeah.
quality of it just was plain terrible.
Yeah, and it's like it got to be better options for us, man. Like, but honestly, it's like we've only had the choices that we've been given though at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, now that we evolving and especially with the cannabis industry in general, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely gonna be a lot more options for us because I see a lot of like hemp based wraps too.
Yeah.
Just as far as like the actual wrap itself, because I know we do have a hemp filter in ours, you know, and that just kind of helped with the airflow. It's real smooth smoke.
That's word, man. So I know that you use an ebony leaf. Mm-hmm. And the ebony leaf is also extremely important as far as for the packaging, as far as the product overall. Explain to us what an ebony leaf is and why that is important.
Yeah, so basically the ebony leaf originates from India, in Sri Lanka. So it basically derives from the black tree, from what we found in our research. And it also has like antimicrobial aspects, so it like help fight bacteria, blood pressure and blood sugar and stuff like that. Right. That's just like the natural attributes of the leaf.
Right. You know, and as we're moving forward, have you ever thought about possibly swapping out for hemp? You know, hemp wraps are becoming a very popular second choice. Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about making a hemp version of 24K wraps?
Yeah. We, I look to possibly expand, like as far as my line in the future. But that process I haven't grasped yet. Yeah. Only because I know it's a certain way you have to process the hemp to do that, and I don't really have my own access to hemp at the moment. Yeah.
You know, I want to see if I can get the shirts made into hemp eventually. You know, I don't know if we're gonna go 100% like every one of all the lines just be hemp, but I've been looking into that myself. Like I think that hemp is not just a very viable option. It's a super viable option. Right. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of things.
A lot of things, man. Like I'm with all that, man. I'm looking because I eventually want to have like all of my packaging done that like that. You know what I'm saying? All natural products, biodegradable. Yeah. So marketing and promotion nowadays, it can come in many forms. You know what I mean? Right. From social media posts to podcasts. Right. Let's talk about how 24K actually utilizes these new platforms to promote. And let's start with social media. Like through content you create through social media. Like how do you target your fans? How do you target people as far as trying to bring more people into the 24K family? Well, basically, we try to educate. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it is when you have something new, people don't really know what it is. So it's like they not really as quick to even look. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just educating people, let them know what it is, let them know, the aspects of it, the natural health aspects of it. Yeah. And just really engaging, keep creating content, keep, popping up at events, just doing things to keep engaging with our base. Yeah. Just keep growing.
And that's important, especially around here. We do have a vibrant scene of events when it comes to cannabis events, man. And I see that you're very active out there. So I know that's important as well, just trying to stay in people's faces.
Yeah, most definitely, because it's a big industry, so it's like we really got to make our mark because it's a good product, and I think it's gonna go big as it should, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As long as we keep it pushing.
Yeah. So exclusive smoke is the next move for you. You know, I've seen a podcast, and I think it's a great way for you to kind of brand out in a different way the brand itself, 24K. Yeah. You know, just having it in people's faces and having these conversations while everything is in the background. Right. What made you come up with the concept of exclusive smoke, and what's it been like so far being a podcaster?
Right. I mean, as far as it's actually a new experience for me. I brought on my co-host Marvin the Plug. He actually had a podcast that he brought me on once, and I kind of just thought about, like you said, just being able to constantly have content to bring forth a product. You know what I'm saying? And especially one that we can use. For consumption. Like, cause I don't know many products that that I know people personally that created. You know what I'm saying? As far as like things that we use. So I just think that was a good platform for me, as well as I'm into like putting other small businesses on platforms also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way for us to also build our brand, as well as just help give other brands a little platform as well.
Has it made you open up more too? Because I often tell people I'm an introvert by nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me doing the podcast is actually something that's damn near therapy for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really,
Like, so has it helped you open up as a you know what I'm saying, as a person?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like, I don't know if everybody's seen all the episodes. Herb know, like when we first started doing the episodes, like I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I'm it. I don't know if this is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But as we progress, you know what I'm saying, we get more comfortable with doing things. I think, you know what I'm saying, we really get a chance to open up and show people what we really got to offer. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of 24K, like, I own a graphics company and printing company. You know what I'm saying? And I also rap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lot of different aspects to what I got going on. So that's just really a way for me to express what we got.
And with the podcast, you really got to take your time. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to take your time and actually build that up. Like, some people will start shows like this and they expect you to get like 200 downloads first episode.
Right.
You got to make people you got to get people to want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, that's the hardest job. So, you're taking a good path, I feel. Like, when I first started seeing the clips and first started seeing y'all do the show, I was proud of y'all. You know what I mean? Because it takes, I think that most brands should do stuff like this. Like, you should take advantage of what you have, which is you can start a podcast, you can start a vlog. There's so many different ways you can market yourself today that you don't necessarily have to do so many traditional ways. So I was proud that y'all tried that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man, because it's just really just trying to think outside the box, man, because as far as like building businesses, man, like that's really what I'm on right now. So it's like I just felt like it was a right thing to do, man. Like, yeah.
And you're not alone out here. One thing I love about Atlanta is we're quick to try something. Like how Cash Color Cannabis is here and the Wake and Bake podcast and Smoking and Joking. We were doing podcasts about weed before weed was even a thought about being legal down here. Like, that's how far ahead of the game we was.
Exactly.
And the same thing even with products. Like, I look at High End District. I look at Skunk Republic. I look at a lot of these black-owned companies down here that are starting their own paper lines and things like that. Mm-hmm. I think that's dope, man. Like, what's it like being a part of being a part of that scene where you're watching brothers and sisters out here really set up and say, you know what, I can come up with this my damn self. I don't have to necessarily be a raw paper user. I could be a raw paper creator.
Right. It's amazing, man. Like being able to be a part of something that's changing the way we live our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's major to me, and I think that a lot more of us are gonna, get into our lane and find things that's just everyday things, you know what I'm saying, that we can use that's gonna change the way we live our life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I know you also do the graphics and you rhyme as well, man. Like, how do you balance all the things that you do throughout the day as well with 24K? Because 24K is now picking up. You know what I mean? It's not like that's slowing down at all.
Yeah. It's definitely a balance, man. It's not always an even balance, but but now it's like I recently launched my affiliate program for 24K, so I'm kind of like building that up so I can get like little foot soldiers or distributors that's just on the go all the time. Cause as far as like 24K, it's a few different ways I do sell the product. Cause we do have retail stores. We in about 20 stores in 5 different states. 8 of them, 8 in Georgia, 8 in Atlanta. Got like another 5 in 5 in Virginia. We got 5 in Virginia, and then we got one in Florida and New York. So with those, it's like just keeping up with that, and then events is the other way. You know what I'm saying? Events is really where we sell like a lot of merchandise and things of that nature.
I'm gonna start having to pull up the pop-ups, man. I feel like I'm missing out on some sales opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, when you do it a lot, man, and consistently, it help, but it is tiresome, man. Like trying to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little older now. I done hit my 30s, so it's like I can't go 7 days straight. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to people who hit their 30s and say they getting older.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I gotta
to
recognize it, bro. Like, hey, I'm going 72 hours, man. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take a nap, but I'm gonna be back up. But I gotta take a nap.
What advice would you give to entrepreneurs like yourself, man? Because I'm sure that when you first came up with this concept, there was probably a lot of doubt. There was probably people that, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna tell you, one, they already exist.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna hear all those things.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give to an entrepreneur who's trying to come up in this industry and might have an idea similar to yours or something that they feel like might have been done, but I feel like I could do my own twist? Like, what would you say to that person?
I would say, man, just stand strong on your idea, stand strong on your dream. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your paperwork in order. You know what I'm saying? And just keep at it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing, cause all you gotta do is do it. You feel me? Like it can be done. If you looking at it already, it can be done. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a meme out there that says, talking about Rihanna and the Fenty line, and that she thought that, you know, that lane was oversaturated. Imagine what wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of people look at stuff and they think to themselves, first, it's oversaturated.
Right.
I can't do this. But really, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like we're a
right.
really niche society right now. There's a pocket for everything. So there's a
Right.
good chance that the weird thing that you think isn't interesting.
Right.
Like, let me tell you, mukbang would have never been interesting to me. I don't know who the hell came up with that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody just sit there and eat. But apparently people will not only sit there and watch you eat, they'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They'll tip you for doing it. I would have never thought that. So I feel like, think outside the box. Like, just because you it might be an odd idea or it might be something that you feel like is done already, you didn't do it. So figure out what your lane is on that, man.
Figure it out, man, because it's a lot of things, bro, that's just around that we look at it, we don't even realize, like, you know, I might be able to sell that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I thought raw papers was the easiest. Like, and again, it goes back to rap again.
Yeah.
Raw papers got really popular thanks to Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Really popular. Like, before you knew it, I started seeing brothers who I knew never rolled papers all of a sudden asking for raw papers.
Right.
But raw papers isn't a genius idea. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest with you, I doubt he makes the papers himself. You know, you got to get that from somewhere else.
Right.
It's more about how you brand it that made it something special. There was nothing really that much more special from raw papers than all the joint papers that's also on the market.
Exactly.
This man clearly did the same thing y'all did. He looked and said, "There's 400 wraps already out here. What's gonna make mine different?" Well, I don't know. Packaging. You know what I'm saying? How I promote it, like things like that.
You gotta brand the fuck out of that shit.
Hell yeah.
And just go in. You know what I'm saying? And cause with me, like I said, I design everything, so it's just like I had tunnel vision with this one. You know what I'm saying? Like I make logos and all that all day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this one is just like I knew I had to go a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? And but it's working so far. I mean,
I think it's one of them things you start learning when you figure out that this is the thing I need to do. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about that tunnel vision, I got that with Cash Color Cannabis. Like I knew that this was the thing I was supposed to do, and I just kind of laser focused in on it. And you start realizing that, I'm gonna do my time. I'm gonna give the time necessary to make this a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's something else that I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs kind of ignore. That it's gonna take you time, and there's gonna be a lot of that time when people don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to brave through the times when people don't care.
Right. And you got to learn how to do a lot of stuff, man. Like one thing I can say about being an entrepreneur, man, keep teaching yourself stuff, man. Like don't never stop learning, bro, because I learn every day.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous, man. Like I can't even, I can barely look at something and not try to figure out how that's put together. You know what I'm saying? Like I be like, man, like I wonder, you feel me? Because I want to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to take apart my car right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just really about having that drive to just get it done, man, and creating stuff for yourself, because that's a part of what we need anyway. You know what I'm saying? As a culture, you know what I'm saying? We got to start building our own. So that's if we can all have our little own part. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all have little products and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, you transition to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
COVID has affected businesses in a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
My business, like say with Cash Color Cannabis, I feel like it's actually helped us. You know, like with people being home, I see the spike in podcast numbers. I see the spike in the clothing numbers. And it goes back in, speaking of COVID, how has COVID affected your business? Because I can tell you on one end, on the clothes side, there's not a medium white shirt in the city. Right. Everybody decided they had a clothing line. Everybody decided. When I say there's not a white medium shirt in this city, I know what I'm saying. You can't find one. So everybody in this city decided to put out a clothing line. Like, how did COVID affect your business, if any?
I mean, it affected in a couple of different ways. Like, as far as like on the 24K rap side, like it only slowed down like the events I had planned, you know, the conferences and stuff we were supposed to be a part of that got canceled.
Oh, South by Southwest, bro.
Yeah, all that stuff. So it was just like that was a little damper, but as far as like people in their consumption, like it was going up because people was they were just home, you know, and weed sales was going through the roof. Yeah. And
you know, it's funny, they talk about how weed sales went through the roof. They don't even count the fact that the black market was thriving.
Exactly.
Those numbers ain't never got mentioned.
They can't mention those because they're gonna be bigger than the ones that they recorded.
Yeah, facts, man.
So it's just like, but yeah, it definitely it helped. It hurt to help a little bit, both. But I feel like it helped a lot more because a lot of this time I used to really like fine tune my game plan as far as like how to strategize as far as our marketing. Finna just make things a little bit more sexy for the ladies and stuff like that, cause it's an Ebony Leaf, so I'm really finna play off of that. Yeah. And like kind of like merge all of that with the music I kind of got, you know what I'm saying, and just really put it all together, man. Like,
I look at COVID as a blessing in disguise. Like my mama called it was guys telling y'all to sit down for a second and figure out what you not doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel you. I took a lot of time, especially the first 3 weeks, to really try to look at what I was doing right and really what I was doing wrong. You know what I mean? More than anything, and thinking to myself, it's a good time to fix that. Right. So I'm pretty sure you had those moments as well. Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I clearly got the time to figure that out at this moment.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a time to figure it all out, man. And I just kept teaching myself different things. Like I picked up a camera during that time. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to shoot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Do green screen and all that type of stuff. I built a little home studio, you know what I'm saying?
So you was busy.
Yeah, I was working, man. Like I started, as soon as it shut down, I was like, man, let's go.
Bro was on the YouTube DIY channel.
All day. I'm talking about all day. I'm talking about what? Okay, boom. Yeah. I swear, like, and within like a week, bro, I had taught myself how to record, mix, and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the crib just recording.
Bro, I was this close to trying to screen print my own shirts. Like I got those on DIY on YouTube, and they was showing you how to do it, and I was like, can I? I don't even know if I should try this, but you clearly can.
You're gonna need a lot of supplies, but you can do it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things you could have learned, I think, and I pray that people did learn during COVID, because it was a good time for you to kind of sit down and figure out your plan. You know what I mean? A lot of us have these big ideas, and the way life is moving, you don't really feel like you get a chance to plan it out or really get a process go through.
Right, yeah, because it's life move every day, man. So it definitely did. Just felt like it just gave us a breath, fresh air, man. Because just trying to stay out of the way.
You know, and I feel like another thing COVID did was it reminded people, especially us, it reminded people how important it is to support black-owned businesses.
Right.
And as a black-owned business, especially a black-owned business in cannabis, how important is it for you to not just, I don't want to say take advantage of this, but how is it important for you to make sure that you're highlighting that every chance that you get, that I am a black-owned business in this white-owned space, and this is my black-owned product?
Right. I feel like a lot of that is gonna come out in my most recent marketing.
Yeah.
Just being putting together visuals that really like express that blackness. You know what I'm saying? And not in just a cheesy way, but just like in an artistic way. And yeah, and I think that we keep doing that, you know, and just showing, cause I feel like we just have to show black excellence, really. You know what I'm saying? With whatever we do, you know what I'm saying? Just show the best parts of what we do.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, that's gonna be kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the ebony leaf. You know, ebony leaf refers to me is like it's like a woman. You know what I'm saying? The leaf is like a woman to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that representation in its own. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want that to bleed over to the marketing campaign.
Yeah. So what do you feel like is next for 24K? Like I see that you have the merchandise, you have the clothes out now.
Yeah.
What are there any other products you think you're gonna put out there aside from the wraps?
I mean, right now we got like we got the rolling trays and like the ashtrays and stuff like that. We got the flip flops on the way. Probably I got the onesies.
You got the grinders too, don't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Grinder card. I think I got one of those in my pocket right here. The grinder card. The trick to these, I had to learn the trick myself.
What's the trick?
To use these with ease. You know what I'm saying? You got to get two of them really, and you know you just really just like sandwich your weed in there and just rub them back and forth.
I damn near want to get a demonstration, but I don't want nobody to pull out no weed in the studio.
You know, I feel you. But yeah, I'm gonna put a video out, man, because that's really how I felt the easiest way to do it. And it break the weed down so fluffy like. You just stuff it up. And we also got the lighters. I got the little torch lighters. I don't know. I don't think I got one in my pocket, but we got the lighters. It's a few other things in the works. Some stuff I'm still kind of designing. Cause I'm always trying to think of something that just people to use, or like people like those backwood onesies.
Yeah.
The little chicks be wearing. Got to get a 24K onesie. That's gonna go crazy. So, but yeah, we just keep it moving with the culture, man. Cause one thing about it is like that's why we doing this, man. Cause I'm an artist at heart, so it's like this is my album right here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So and that you gotta feed that baby though. You know what I'm saying? So it's growing though.
Let's get into the music too, man. Because actually, this is our first time actually getting a chance to speak to you about it. When'd you get into rap?
Rap. Oh man, probably like 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What made you get into it?
I always kind of been in music, man. Like I was like in a band growing up, stuff like that. I used to always keep little drum sets and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And
I swear, in the South, band equals rapper. Like it's like the next transition to that.
It's so crazy because like my partner that I was in band with, like me and him, like got a million songs together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just started writing one day. I actually was in I had started going to college for computer science, and I was just in class one day. Everybody, they got a video playing about humanities or something. Everybody sleep. I'm in my journal, just writing. I'm just writing. I'm like, what the hell wrong with me? I'm just writing these rhymes and shit. So I put it down one day.
So are we gonna see you match the music into the business soon?
You probably already have. I mean, if you go to my Instagram, like a lot of those clips is me.
Okay.
Yeah. And like the ones that I do got on there, I got them on iTunes. But I'm just kind of like merging it all in there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not Cause I want to be able to, when I do music, I gotta be able to go in.
I was about to say you should tie in the weed leaves with the album, like as far as sales, but you can't do that no more. Billboard put a stop to that yesterday, so you can't do that. You can't bundle no more. Shout out to
You can't bundle?
Nah, you can't bundle no more. They put a stop to that.
I was just about to start doing that, man.
They put a stop to that. No more package deals.
Package deals.
Yeah,
you get the sales. You get the sales for the units.
Buddy, you ain't buying a shirt and they coming up with like 20 units of albums sold.
Yeah, I was gonna kill him with that one.
They sure did. That hit me blindsided too, because I saw that. I was like, that's Billboard really trying to they're trying to combat the Tekashi 6ix9ine effect.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they even stripped him of his slots, like, yo, they really had to come out and say, look, we know that people have been faking numbers for a while, but you faking it too hard. Right now.
Yeah, selling all these numbers, man. That's just crazy. But eventually, man, like, cause I got a few projects put together, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like final productions, I've been recording just new music since I've been to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And just really trying to merge, like you said, the brand into the music with everything else we got going on. So, and I think it's all gonna come together.
Where do you see 24K in the next 10 years?
Oh man, up. We gonna have. I just think, man. With time comes, you know, patience and building a good team. You know what I'm saying, and by then, you know what I'm saying. I definitely want to see everything running, you know, full fledged. Cause we got a lot of different things in the works already. We just put out the miniature version.
Oh yeah, the minis. I saw them joints. Yeah.
Yeah, the minis hold like a 0.8 versus the 1.25. So I know a lot of people like those, and I know another thing. Next year we gonna be dropping the Russian creams. Maybe into 2020 we're gonna be dropping the Russian creams.
He got flavors.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go too crazy with the flavors because I'm not really a flavor guy.
I wasn't either, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I blame rap again. It was vanilla Dutches and it was strawberry Dutches, and I'm like, I ain't playing with y'all no more.
And I was like, and I know I had a partner, man. I got a partner back at home, man. Be on them Russian cream backwoods. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know everybody go crazy over the Russian cream, especially like during the holidays.
I'm gonna shout out Dolph and Key Glock. Like we really gotta stop promoting stuff that don't pay us, man. We really gotta stop doing that.
That's the main one. Dolph definitely.
Boy, I swear to goodness, like rap has given us so many brands that have never thought about paying $1. Like I can't explain to you how many times, like from Smith and Wesson to shit. What's the thing now? Draco. I dare you to walk into whoever manufactures Draco and say, "Give me a check." I dare somebody to do that.
Right.
Dare somebody to do that as much as y'all love to walk around with shirts named Draco and in songs. I dare y'all to walk into that company.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. We got to start just building our own.
Well, I think that again, that's something else. COVID, I feel like has put a kick into people's asses about. Like it's really about not just controlling the narrative. It's about having a controlling interest in your own damn life. You know, at this point, man, like you gotta have to start having some kind of real control in what's going on around you.
Right.
And the only way to do that is actually put your hat in the ring and try to do some things, man.
Exactly, man. We got to, man, because the only way we can take control is to take control. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you leave it up to somebody else, they gonna do what's gonna do.
Pretend I never met you before. Sell me on 24K.
Okay.
Yeah.
So check it. 24K is a tobacco-free, all-natural pre-roll leaf cone. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is stuff it. It got a hemp filter. It burned 15 to 20 minutes, and it's the cleanest smoke you ever have.
Damn. All right, I'm sold. That was a good pitch. I'm sold, man. I'm sold because, again, I know we're all looking for different ways of consuming at this point, and I know that people like myself are moving away from tobacco leaves. Yeah. So I thought it was dope to highlight. Hey, I thought it was dope to highlight. The fuck was that? I thought it was dope to highlight somebody like yourself. Yeah, right? I was like, what this? Hey, but that, you know, the crazy part is that came in at the right moment because we was about to actually wrap. You see who's down there? But anyway, man, I do appreciate you coming through. That was the craziest way to end the night. Before we get out of here, let people know how they can find you on social media, how they can connect with you.
Yeah, man. You can follow the page 24K Rap Leaf on Instagram. You can follow my personal page is Roo ROO 24K, and you can also follow my music page. That's at Freddie Roo on Instagram.
Word, man. So I appreciate you coming through, man, as always.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for the
Appreciate you.
thank you for the quick elevator pitch too,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
You-
yes,
you,
sir.
you just made it. Well, I was already a customer, but you made a new customer on top
Yes,
of that,
sir.
man.
You know I got a little pack for you as well. Over
Okay,
there.
that's what's up, man. I will look forward to that, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
I appreciate you coming through. And that's Cash Color Campus, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv.